This is what happens when your entire party is built around identity politics. I mean, eventually it stops being something that you only use against Republicans, and guess what? It becomes something that ends up biting you. And that's exactly what's happening right now with Democrats in Texas, ladies and gentlemen, because you got Jasmine Crockett, the far left racist Democrat, who lost her Senate primary to James Talarico, the even further left Democrat. And instead of Jasmine Crockett accepting her loss and the fact that her political career is over, as she will be out of Congress, and then throw her support behind the nominee, this has turned into the only thing Democrats seem to know how to do. Make it about race, play the identity politics game. And when you add this to the laundry list of missteps Democrats have been making, whatever chances they have for a blue wave are disappearing. And even worse, it does not even look certain that they can take over the House, which should have been a layup considering history and how things usually go during midterm election years for the party who holds the White House. They usually lose at least the House, if not both, the House and the Senate. But this is a problem that Democrats created all by their lonesome. They can't try to put this one on Republicans, no matter how much they try. And so as always, smash that thumbs up button, ladies and gentlemen. That's the best way to let me know you enjoyed the content. For more, subscribe to the channel. But let's start right here. This is what Texas is going to be able to finally get rid of come the end of this year. Check this out.
Director. And frankly, when people sit around and say things like, oh, you know, we're happy because now we feel safe. I don't know who feels safe in this country except for the white supremacists, because I specifically as a black woman definitely don't feel safe.
First of all, it's good to see you in the new year. You know, no one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now it looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress.
Baby, because these people, they are crazy, because they always talk about how Christian they is. Yeah, I don't know how many of them on that side are getting divorced because they getting caught up sleeping with their co-workers, staffers, interns, all the things. Yeah, you ain't got to believe me. Just go Google. You'll find some of it. I'm telling you, and the wives is being messy and petty. They putting it in.
Oh, you just voted to do it.
Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about it.
Voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look, calm down. Calm down.
No, because this is what y'all do. So I'm trying to get
Miss
clarification.
Crockett, you're not recognized. Miss Crockett.
I can't hear you with your yelling.
You don't want
calm
me to
down.
Be,
Can you please calm down?
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk noise and then
You're out of control.
Because if I
Chairman,
come and talk shit about her, y'all gonna have a problem.
Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Chair, okay. Order.
They try to act like, oh, political violence, it's the Democrats and it's the liberals. And it's like, actually, I mean, I'm not going to say that like a left-leaning person cannot be violent, because that would be like crazy to say that somebody can't be. But baby, y'all got the white supremacists galore, okay? Like all of them. You got the Proud Boys. You got the neo-Nazis. You have people that literally should be classified as domestic terrorists, because a lot of times that is what they are doing. They are engaging in domestic terrorism. And guess what? They all align with your side.
Yep.
Including the KKK. So like, I mean, this is who aligns with that. So like inherently in like who you are, y'all are violent. Like
right.
Y'all, and most of your violence has to do with people that's got a little bit of melanin. But nevertheless, like y'all are a violent group of people. Like you attract violent actors. And like, I'm sorry, I know they tried to make Black Lives Matter out to be the most violent. What about Black Lives Matter? No. So that's the thing. Like they try to pretend like that.
Yeah, so you heard that. I'm still shocked how Texas Democrats turned that down. How did Texas Democrats come to grips with rejecting a loud, ratchet, racist Democrat who wanted to run for Senate? Now, they didn't really choose anything that much better in place of her. Actually, they probably chose someone overall who was much far worse. But nonetheless, shocking, right? Texas Democrats rejected Jasmine Crockett. Yeah, and so now I want to get into this next clip, because since Jasmine Crockett lost her race to a white guy, you know, he was a Democrat, but, you know, he's still a white guy. Jasmine Crockett, ladies and gentlemen, is now claiming she lost the Democratic primary because it was racist. Like I said, Democrats, you did it to yourself. Now, mind you, this is the same woman who said Latino Trump voters have a slave mentality, and she regularly calls Republicans racist, but none of that matters. She can call whoever she wants racist as long as it fits the narrative, and apparently if you didn't vote for her, you're racist. The hypocrisy is just exhausting, but I want you guys to listen to this and listen to her explain how she's going to show her support for the Democratic nominee now that she's lost. Not really going to fully endorse him. Doesn't even want to campaign with them, even though she'll go 5 states away to campaign and support other Democrats. No, this is her idea of showing support to a fellow Texas Democrat. Check this out.
So for me, I am going to be working everywhere. The best thing that I can do for James Talarico isn't me standing on a stage with him. It is the fact that I endorse 5 candidates in the runoff who all happen to be black men in the state of Texas, and every single one of them won, and they're going on to November, meaning that they will pull out more black people to vote. People keep trying to say, well, Jasmine has to go and hold his hand. No, I don't. And don't worry about my math and how it works in my mind. Because the reality is that if you can give people more than one thing to vote for, then you have a better chance of getting them out to the polls. And honestly, some people just not going to be sold on certain people that are running in the state of Texas. So the best thing that I can do is take down ballot candidates who no one's ever heard of and do my best to uplift them and increase the voter participation in a way that we did in Texas. You see, a lot of haters got a lot of things to say about me and my race and how I ran it, but the reality is that there was a lot of racist, not a lot, it was racist. It was a racist race. It is what it is, right? But we live in America, as y'all are celebrating 250, okay? We know what this country is. But let me...
And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's break this down, because this is what Jasmine Crockett wants you to believe. It makes absolutely no sense. It's counterproductive if you're actually trying to win and you're not being a sore loser. But understand this. First, let's look at the on-screen visual. The polling showed Jasmine Crockett support among the black voters in the Democrat primary. She was able to capture 87%. Talarico was always polling around 10% or so. Most he got in one poll was 13%. And so she controlled the black vote in the Democrat primary. And so the logic she's using is, I'm not going to throw my support around the guy who's been having trouble capturing the black vote. My big plan is to throw it towards the other black candidates who are on the ballot. That's her master plot. That's her big idea. But now let's jump into this next clip, and I want you guys to listen to the language that James Talarico uses when he expresses and explains exactly how Jasmine Crockett is showing her support. Just listen to the language, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out.
I want to push back on the idea that that the Congresswoman hasn't been supportive, because literally the morning after the primary, she released a statement wholeheartedly endorsing the whole Democratic ticket here in Texas. And I'm honored to have her support and her endorsement. And that's tough to do after a primary, especially the day after. I mean, it would have been, if the Congresswoman had won the primary, it would have been tough on me to turn around the very next day. And she did that. And so it is not Congresswoman Crockett's job to win this race. I'm the Democratic nominee. That's my job. And I am thankful that she has endorsed me and she is supporting me in this race. But I've got to focus on the task at hand, which is bringing this coalition back together. On the first day of the primary race, I put out a video for every one of my supporters to see, saying that Congresswoman Crockett is my colleague. She is my friend. She's a leader in the state, and she deserves the utmost respect. And I reiterated that throughout the campaign. I will reiterate it today. Because if anyone claims to be my supporter and is out there attacking Congresswoman Crockett, or attacking anybody elected official in the state of Texas in our party, one, they don't speak for me. They do not represent the movement that we are trying to build. And they are being counterproductive to the work that's in front of all of us. And they should turn their fire on Ken Paxton.
I know.
That's what would be helpful to
Put
me
the
in the
energy
campaign.
that way.
Yes, please leave the Congresswoman alone.
And so let me translate that, because right now you got the Democrats who are trying to spin this best way they can. You got Jasmine Crockett out here talking about how the race was racist, and James Talarico, who is struggling with the black vote. And we're going to get into that in the next clip in a moment. But I want you guys to pay attention to the language that he used, because it tells you everything. He didn't say that she endorsed him after the election. She said she endorsed the entire ballot after the election. And there is a difference, because she let it be known, as you just heard in the prior clip, that she's not going to focus on actually supporting him. She's going to focus on supporting other black candidates down ballot. I mean, so much for the Democratic Party unity, right? And that's important, because she was saying something very different before she lost her race. Check this out real quick, ladies and gentlemen. And so it says, Jasmine Crockett has no idea if she'll campaign for Talarico. That's not what she told KERA. And so the article says, outgoing U.S. Rep Jasmine Crockett won't be at the Texas Democratic State Convention this week to rally behind State Rep James Talarico, telling the Dallas Morning News she has no idea if she will actively campaign for the Democratic nominee. That's not what she told KERA News earlier this year in an interview with NTX Now's Ron Corning, published March 3rd. Crockett said she absolutely would campaign for Talarico if he won the nomination. The article goes on to say, Crockett went on to lose the primary. We know that now. She also says she received an invite from Talarico on June 8th, which she described as an afterthought. I had a missed call that I've not returned, nor have I listened to the message from Talarico, Crockett told the news. It seemed like an afterthought invite. I can't say for sure because I haven't listened to it. And so you got Jasmine Crockett, who, one, didn't listen to the message from Talarico, but she's just going to assume it was an afterthought. Two, does not want to actually throw her support behind him, wants to go ahead and show her support down ballot towards the other black candidates, but Talarico, not really. And three, now you got black Democrats who are upset at James Talarico because they feel like they're being ignored. They feel like that he's not giving the attention. He's giving his attention to the Latino community. He's giving his attention to the LGBTQ. Everybody's getting his attention except for the black community. And now they're crying racism. And so I want you to take a listen to this. Check it out.
Do I think that Talarico's refusal thus far to engage black electeds and the black infrastructure has put him at a disadvantage? Absolutely, because there's not a lot of time to try to rally us. But we actually had a meeting today, Roland, early today, where black people, black thought leaders, elected officials from Dallas and Houston met, and we are getting together and we're going to stand together. And hopefully Talarico and the Texas Democratic Party will see that and they will listen to us, because Talarico is giving out money to white GOTV organizations and white infrastructure, and Hispanic infrastructure, but he's not giving it to black infrastructure. And so either they'll listen or they won't. Again, even though I knew I could lose votes, I did it anyway, because sometimes in life you got to pick a side, and I need to know if the Texas Democratic Party is going to pick our side. I did speak with Kendall Scudder, the chair of the Texas Democratic Party, and he told me he would be meeting with me. Again, meetings do nothing if we don't have action into it, but I have already told them, Roland, they need to pay for black infrastructure. They need to pay for media with you and not just CNN, and other people like you. I've told them that we have people like using hit strategies with Terrence Woodbury, who no one polls black people better than him. We don't want no white pollsters. They don't know how to poll us. And for the most part, I've told them it takes money to get the vote out, right? Inspiration doesn't get the vote out. So Talarico needs to pay for us to get our voters out. Only then does Talarico have a chance to win. If he continues to do what he has been doing, I believe Talarico is going to lose. So we'll see. Talarico's campaign has not reached out to me, even though the most talked about speech from the Texas Democratic Convention, from what I see on social media and from what I hear, is the speech that I made, because that's the big elephant in the room. Because again, Talarico and everybody statewide and the Democratic Party has a black problem, whether they acknowledge it or not. And inspiration is not going to get us to the polls.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and translate that. She wants to basically get her check in order to then hand deliver the black community to another Democrat. and she's not even hiding it. She's like, I need my check. We need to get broke off, and then we can hand deliver black votes to James Talarico. But if we don't get no check, then, I mean, black voters are still going to vote Democrat. It's just that they won't do their part as far as the black infrastructure to make sure of it. I mean, but at this point, does a Democrat candidate actually really need to invest in the black vote? It's kind of a foregone conclusion that a majority of the black community, if you're going out to vote, you're voting Democrat. And the party knows that. And so black infrastructure, as she's putting it, you did this to yourselves. But those are my thoughts into the update. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your comments down below. Don't forget you enjoy the content. Smash that thumbs up. That's the best way to let me know. For more, subscribe to the channel. And as always, until next time.